Hey, welcome to part 2. Part 1 will be linked down below if you haven't checked it out yet and feel called to. I'm sure this might make more sense. So we're going to get an activation as we just discussed in part 1 for this situation and this situation here. But before we do, just want to discuss what's happening. Now, last time we met up in the King of Cups, we got an activation of these 3 cards for the time we're in. And we were talking about how we're in a time of clearing karma. And that was our connection to what's happening here, the restoration of balance. As well as we're going to get an activation for this too. So we're going to get 3 activations, okay? And what's happening here with the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands to help us to clear karma, to stop looking at the conflict within the mind and the hearts. And we discussed that, like I said, on part 1. And we're getting an idea on how to clear this interference from the cosmos. But this interference from the cosmos is part of how we're creating anew. It's part of our purpose. It's part of how we're learning how to work with energy here. And it's connected to free spirit. Because what we're learning how to do is to create with others and still be free. So we got the activation of the journey. Nothing is as it seems, being true to yourself. Now, right here, this man, this guy, he's floating in a lotus boat with a wolf and a ladybug. And there's 2 bees opening up this portal. It's a stargate. This is a stargate. This is our connection to Lionsgate. And vision quest, karmic forgiveness. This is understanding that we're in a time of forgiveness. And this is connected to our last readings, the King of Cups and forgiveness. And that we're letting go and we're letting God. And this is direct message of understanding that's everything that's played out here. All these things that have played out, they're part of our story. And to forgive, the part of the forgiveness is understanding that this is life. Like these things, it's like not laser focusing on, oh, I should have changed this, or I could have done this, or this needs to be perfect, or that needs to be perfect, or I should have done this or that. No, this is understanding that your life played out divinely, that our lives are playing out divinely, and not getting caught in that romancing of our lives. Like, you know, we play this movie and, or, you know, we think our lives need to be one way, and if our lives play out like this, it's divine, it's of God, it's right. And it's not playing out that way, so it's not right. And then we get in a tizzy, we get in a frenzy, we get depressed. But this is total acceptance and surrender of your life and the story of your life, and that understanding that the universe always has your back, and that your life is playing out for your greatest good as well. And that because this is a world of duality, that you always have enough at any given time to make you or break you. But what are you focusing on? And as the realities of life, we're doing both at the same time. It's just, what are we focusing on? Because we're always in a dance of destruction and creation and destruction. But when we're lower vibrational, it's very easy to focus on what's lower vibrational. When we're high vibe, it's very easy to focus on what's high vibe. But remember, what you focus on grows. So we're accepting this here. We're in a time of surrender and acceptance in order to create peace. And our next card within the sequence is the key to success. Well, I want you to see here, my counter just said 411. This is the Stargate opening up. And we got all 3 of these cards in a row. Check it out, King of Cups reading if you have not yet. These 3 cards in a row. Look, the Stargate opens up. And look, there's a dog that has 1 key and a dog that's lost a key. Okay, the key is in the plant. I don't know if he's lost it. I'm just saying, look, the key is in the plant and this dog has the key. Now, these 2 people are together, but they're apart, but they're together, but they are still apart. It's like they're opening up. It's not even that I'm getting the message that they're apart. They are together, but they're expanding to open up with this Stargate. Okay, let's get that cleared. They are together, but they are expanding to open up with this Stargate. And we have two butterflies here symbolizing metamorphosis and transformation, but through with lizards. And what is our connection to working with lizards? The underworld, okay? And all the nutrients from the underworld, and not being scared of the underworld anymore, of the integration of it, of the integration of the nutrients from the underworld and working with it, okay? And it's helping to open up the Stargate. Now look, the ladybug's in the middle of the Stargate now. So here the ladybug is on his throat chakra, connection to the swords, Aquarius supermoon. And now the ladybug is in the middle of the Stargate and opened up, but through what? Vision questing, karmic forgiveness, let go and let God. Now, I just discussed that my dog passed away. My dog passed away, and I got a message that he's traveling with me with Lionsgate, with this Lionsgate port. He just passed away. And I was discussing that on the reading forgiveness. I didn't know he was going to pass. I knew he was getting old. And like, we had plans this summer. We had plans, Max and I. And when I got the message from him and the other side, is that we're still going to be having the summer of our dreams, just not in the way I thought it was going to be. And I know as we have a birth story and a birth time, we also have a death story and a death time. And I'm honoring that. And I'm honoring that we're still connected and we're still one. And we're traveling together. And we're traveling together through this portal. And we're working with Gopher Spirit. So dog totem and spirit being connected with Gopher Spirit and totem being connected. And Gopher Spirit, the message is that we're all connected and we're all working through this community of how we're building and our connection of our strengths, that we all have strengths and skills, and all of our skills are coming together. And these gophers, these prairie dogs, which there's many of because I live in the prairies up here in Canada, the prairies and the mountains, very sacred. They're coming together to build the window in this cathedral wall. Well, let's think about that. We have a window within a cathedral, and this is connected to us and how we're expanding the light from within to without within us and without to within, because that's the balance of this world, right? Remember, we're healing from separation because humanity has been stuck in a time of separation. It's either this or that. It can't be both things at the same time. But as we evolve, of course it can. It's all of it at the same time, in different degrees of all of it, and then different degrees of all of it from all of us coming together in the center point. And that's where the truth is. That's where the truth is. And that we can hold all these ideas and these points of view, and we can look at them all. And yes, we're going to separate them. We'll use the masculine in order to analyze things. But then we go back to the feminine, and everything is all connected. It's all one. And then it helps us to heal from arguing. You don't have to argue because it can be this and that at the same time. And this is helping us to heal from the devil energies. And there's an activation, a deeper level of activation with our divine inheritance, our 10 of Pentacles, with the Fool. And we're look at this image. That's all I'm going to say. Look, she's blindfolded. She has a feather. She's holding a white flower to symbolize purification. And look at that. but she's doing it. And look at how peaceful she is, because she's within creating peace. And the moon is calling us with how to do that, because remember, we're healing from the conflict of the mind. We got this, it's a 6 of Swords. Remember, there's a creation of peace here. We move away from our pain, and that goes back to this situation here. We have to move away from this. Right? We have to move away from this. That's what this is about. We're clearing karma. So we're moving away from this. When we're doing that with the 6 of Swords, the creation of peace from the pain, right? We're going to create peace from the pain. Here's the pain. We're going to create peace from the pain. And we need to do that by healing from our separation within the cups. We have to heal from the 4 of Cups. And we do that by picking healing, by picking life. Look at this heart coming back to life, because we heal with force, we heal with the Father, and that activates the star. And that's connected to the King of Swords. The masculine and the expansions of our truth. But wow, look at what he's been through. And remember, masculine, you have feminine within you, and feminine, you have masculine within you. We're all doing this together. We're all doing this as one. And this is the restoration of balance right now with the 2 and the activation of the Queen of Swords. And now we have counterparts. And this is the birth of what we're birthing with the Empress here, with new life. So let's get an activation. And I'm being called to get an activation for all of our activation cards. So I'm going to get them ready for part 3. And we're going to expand off this in part 3. I'll see you there.